Okay, so it's been another warm day, and warm days are nice, of course, but they have a bit of they pay a bit of a toll, or whatever the word is, on your energy. So we'll just do a nice sequence of restorative poses that just bring our energy back. So have the bolster underneath your knees, blocks underneath your feet, and a folded blanket for underneath your head. If there's if you think you might be chilly, then use a blanket just to cover yourself up with. Otherwise, just allow yourself to release into the floor. Just letting the physical body relax into the ground. Just enjoying what's potentially the first time all day that you've just relaxed, that you've actually done nothing. And part of the joy of restorative yoga is the opportunity to just spend an hour on your mat focusing on your energy, consciously aiming to relax and allowing the body to release into the ground. Observe your breath. Observe your in-breath and your out-breath. Listen to the sound of the inhalation, the sound of the exhalation. Sound of the inhalation and the sound of the exhalation. Consciously allow the muscles of the arms and the legs to unhook from the bones so that the body becomes heavy on the floor. And out of that heaviness, perhaps you observe a sensation of energetic lightness that radiates from the bones. Radiating from your bones and into the muscles. Feel your energy radiating from the bones and into the muscles. the bones into the muscles and into the organs. Letting your muscles relax. Just feeling that energetic lightness radiating into the muscles and into the organs. Using your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of lightness throughout the organs. And just allowing your energy to radiate from the organs to the flesh and into your skin. Using your in-breath to draw that energy all the way down into the tips of the toes, into the tips of the toes and into the toenails. Using your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that energetic lightness into the shoulders and into the elbows, the wrists, and into the hands, into the fingertips, into the fingernails. And use your in-breath and your out-breath to draw that energy up into the head, up into the front of the brain, feeling and flushing out the brain with the out-breath, pushing the air from the sinuses. Allowing the body to just relax into the floor, just feeling that energetic lightness radiating into the skin. Just basking in that feeling of energetic lightness, enjoying that feeling of the floor supporting the body. Just allowing the body to relax into the ground. Just basking in that feeling of energetic lightness. Feeling as though you're sitting on the beach under the sun, just safely protected from the sun, but feeling its warmth in the skin. Just enjoying the peacefulness, the gentleness of the ears, the quietness of your breath. Just trying to quieten the brain down by observing your breath. Just enjoying this deep relaxation into the floor. If external thoughts pop into your head, then just allow them to pop out as soon as they popped in. Okay, when you're ready to disturb yourself out of this current tranquility, just gently wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and then bend your knees, bring your feet onto the bolster, feet apart, the knees together, just resting your back into the floor. And then when you're ready, just gently roll onto your side. And straighten out the top leg. Just come back up into cross legs, just observing your energy. Observing how it has changed. Just from that simple relaxation pose. Okay. We're going to keep the bolster underneath our legs. And then unfold your blanket once so that it becomes this kind of eighth fold or quarter fold or something like that. And then I just want you to fold it down the middle. So you've got this narrow bolster, little mini bolster for underneath your shoulder blades for the mountain brook pose. So you're going to come back down onto the floor. The shoulder blades are just lifted a little by the folded blanket, and then rest your arms over your head for the mountain brook. If your head feels like it rolls back, you can put another lift under, you can put a cushion underneath your head. If your arms don't reach the floor, then you can put a block underneath your hands. Otherwise, just find the pose and then allow yourself to release into it. As you know, as we progress into the sequence, I'll speak less and less so that you can just relax without feeling like you have to listen. Okay, release your arms down just to rest your hands on your lower ribs. Bend your knees onto, bring your feet onto the bolster, and again just roll yourself over onto your side for a moment. Straighten out the top leg and just come up. It's cross-legged, just observing your energy. Observing how your energy feels. Okay, just unfold your blanket, just put it back into your kind of basic kind of pillow shape. You're going to stay with the bolster. We're going to come into a side lying stretch. So the bolster is going to come into the side of the abdomen. So you're going to come along the bolster. You're going to stretch yourself out in a good straight line to start off with. You're just going to have the bolster in the abdomen region so that the hip and the lower ribs are kind of touching the top and the bottom of the bolster. And then just stretch your arms out. Make sure you're in a good straight line. And then after just an initial stretch, then let the body just relax into the bolster. Staying on your side and releasing the legs, releasing the arms. Just relaxing into the bolster. So this side lying stretch is really good for stretching out tension from your back. Just allow the body to just totally release. So we're not extending here, we're just letting the body relax into the floor. Just relaxing into the pose. Okay, just gently bend your knees a little, roll onto your front, roll onto your elbows, and then push yourself up onto your knees. Just sit back on your heels for a moment, just observing your energy, observing how sitting back on your heels stretches out the feet, how your energy feels along that side of the body. And And then we'll do the same pose but on the other side. So just stretch yourself out along your bolster, just having the side of the abdomen supported by the bolster. Stretch yourself out initially, just a good stretch, and then just allow yourself to relax. Just let the knees bend a little, let the arms soften, and just release into the pose. Okay, gently roll onto your front, come onto your elbows, and then push yourself up onto your knees, and then sit yourself back down on your heels, just observing your energy. Just listen to the breath, and then get a second bolster if you've got a second bolster, and then you're just going to come along the bolster, stretching forwards and releasing down into the supported child's pose. So 2 bolsters if you've got them. If you haven't got 2 bolsters, then put a layer of blocks underneath 1 bolster and then allow yourself to release. If this is uncomfortable on your knees, put extra cushioning underneath your knees, or you can even put a folded blanket behind your knees. So you come back and then you rest back on the, so you got those, get it right into the back of the knees and then just let yourself rest. Let the arms just rest down to the floor, resting your head on one side, letting the body just gently drape over the bolster. Feel the release of the shoulders, the release of the neck. So remember, if the pose feels uncomfortable in any way, it's always good to just adjust rather than just suffer in discomfort. Just rest your head on the other side so that you stretch out your neck in the opposite direction. Rest your head on the other side, just so that you stretch evenly. And then just swap the side of the head. Just allowing the shoulders to really soften around the tops of the shoulders, around the shoulder blades, just letting the arms drape down to the floor. Okay, and then bring your hands underneath your shoulders and just sit yourself back on your heels for a moment, just observing your energy. And then we'll come back down onto our front. If you've got anything like a little mini bolster for underneath your shins, then put that underneath your shins. Have a block with the blanket folded over for your head, and then rest your shins on the little mini bolster if you've got one. Come down onto your front so that your chin is free of the end of the bolster, and then rest your forehead onto the block and the blanket, and then release into the floor. Just gently releasing, relaxing into the floor. And breathe into your back chest. As you inhale, feel the back chest expanding. And releasing with the out breath. Sometimes we divide the areas of the back up. But today, just breathe into the back chest, into the lower back, to the middle back, all evenly. Okay, release your hands underneath your shoulders, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, and gently just push yourself up onto your knees. Sit back on your heels for a moment. Observe how your energy has changed, how your body feels lighter and full of good positive energy. And then sit in cross legs onto your bolster. With the hands in Namaste, draw your breath in through your nose and down into the abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice. That good, positive, healthy flow of clean energy that the extensions and the relaxation poses bring to the body and to the mind. And then draw your chin down to meet your chest. Lift your chest up to meet your chin. Just spend a moment to acknowledge the positive energy you have created around the heart area. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then release the backs of your hands down toward your knees, palms facing upwards. And as you raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and focus to softly come back. Thank you. So hopefully you can really feel how your energy has changed from how it felt at the beginning to how it feels now. Good energy around the heart area, around the whole body, just so that you've got good energy to put into your evening. So thank you very much for joining me.